Hey everyone, I'm Victoria Repa, the CEO and founder of a wellness company called BetterMe. If you look at all my Instagram accounts together, personal and business, I've built a combined audience of over 8 million followers. And honestly, I started most of them from absolute zero. Now, how did I go from nobody knowing who I am to millions of people following my content? That's exactly what we are breaking down today. But first, let's talk about you. If you clicked on this video, you probably want to start a blog on Instagram. But let's be real about what that actually means. Maybe you see other people living these incredible lives online and you think, why not me? I have something to say too. Maybe you are tired of working for someone else and want to be your own boss. Maybe you want the freedom to work from anywhere, set your own schedule, and wake up without an alarm. Maybe you want to be recognized for what you know, to be seen as an expert, someone people come to for advice. Or maybe you just want to make money doing something you actually care about instead of trading hours for dollars in a job that doesn't fulfill you. And right now, you are probably thinking one of two things. Either I don't want where to start, or I've tried this before and it didn't work. And I absolutely get it. Because just a few years ago, I was in this exact spot. Here's my story in about 30 seconds. 8 years ago, I started BetterMe. No team, no budget, just me posting in a Facebook group every single day. I was experimenting, testing, trying to understand what made people stop and engage. Eventually, I figured it out, and that little Facebook group turned into a global company with millions of active users. But I wanted to know if it was luck or if I'd actually learned something. So in 2029, I started over, but this time on LinkedIn. 6,000 followers grew into a community of 500,000 people in just 3 years, which made me the number one female creator on the entire platform. But I didn't stop there. I decided to take everything I learned and test in one more time. So in 2021, I launched Tori Repa, my personal page on Instagram focused on fitness and nutrition. Fast forward to today, and that page has grown to 6.5 million followers, which led to me being recognized as the most influential wellness creator in the world by the World Influencer and Blogger Awards in 2023. 3 different platforms, 3 completely different audience, same result every time. And you know what the craziest part is? I use the exact same principles each time. The same content strategy, the same growth tactics, the same way of thinking about what makes people stop and pay attention. So today I'm walking you through the entire system. We are talking about reels, carousels, how to write hooks that actually stop people from scrolling. And then, once you've got some traction, how to turn all that attention into money with meta ads. Now, I'm giving you a lot in this video, but if you are thinking, I want the full deep dive, I want templates and examples and someone to hold my hands through every step, then check out my course. It's called Start and Scale Your Online Business, and it's literally everything I wish I had all those years ago. From setting up your profile to writing your first post, to launching your first digital product. The link in the description, and honestly, if you are serious about this, it's going to save you months, if not years of confusion. But right now, we are starting with the basics, the stuff you can do today with nothing but your phone. So get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, and let's dive in. So we are going to our number one part. Why Instagram? Alright, so the first question is, why Instagram? I mean, there is TikTok, there is YouTube, there is even LinkedIn if you are feeling corporate. So why I'm telling you to focus on Instagram? Here's the thing. Instagram in 2026 is still one of the easiest platforms to grow on and monetize if you know what are you doing. And the best part, you don't need money to start. You don't need a website. You don't need even a fancy camera. You just need your phone and the willingness to show up. Instagram is basically a giant recommendation engine. It's constantly looking for content and keeps people scrolling. And when it finds it, it pushes that content to more and more people. Even if those people have never heard of you, that is the magic. You don't need 10,000 followers to get views. You can post your first reels today and reach thousands of people by tomorrow. But here's where most people mess up. They think Instagram growth is random. They think you just post whatever you feel like posting and hope it goes viral. No, that's not how it works. Instagram growth is a system. It's all about understanding what the platform rewards and then giving it exactly that. But here's what makes it tricky. That system needs to evolve as you grow. So the stage of growth. Because here's something nobody tells you when you are starting out. What works to get you from 0 to 1,000 followers won't be enough to get you to 10,000 followers. And what works and 10,000 won't be enough to get you to 50,000. You need to know what stage you are in and what you should be focusing on at each stage. Because if you are trying to do everything at once, you are going to burn out and get nowhere. So stage 1, 0 to 1,000 followers. So how do you from 0 to first 1,000 followers? This is all about consistency and pushing through fear. But before you post anything, you need to package your profile so it actually looks like a real brand. Because if someone lands on your page and it looks like half finished or confusing, they're gone in 2 seconds. Here's exactly what you need to fix. First, your username. Keep it simple, no complicated characters, no random numbers, nothing people can type or remember. If someone hears your name in conversation, they should be able to find you instantly. Clean and clear wins. Next, your profile picture. I recommend a good quality portrait. Face forward, good lighting, smiling, or at least approachable. Why? Because when your content shows up in someone's feeds, they see that little circle next to your post. You want them to recognize your face. You want them to remember you. Then your bio. Make it obvious who you help and what you do. Don't try to clever out mysterious. Just say it straight. I help busy moms lose weight without giving up their favorite foods. Done. Clear value in 1 sentence. Now, your highlights. Create at least 3. 1 about you and your story. 1 about what you help people with and what your content covers. And if you're already selling something, add a highlight for that too. These are like your storefront windows. People scroll through them to decide if they want to follow you. Finally, pin 3 posts to the top of your profile. This is strategic. Pin 1 post about you, your story, why people should care. Pin 1 post about the biggest problem your audience struggles with, plus your best tips for solving it. And the third one, your choice. Is it something that went viral and proves people love your content, or a post that breaks down your service or what you sell? When someone lands on your profile now, they immediately understand who you are, what you offer, and why they should stick around. That's a branded profile. All right, step 2. Invite your first small audience, and yes, I mean friends and family. I know, you're thinking, but Victoria, I don't want my friends to see me doing this. It's embarrassing. Listen, the hardest part about starting is talking to nobody. When you post and it gets 2 likes from strangers, it feels terrible. It makes you want to quit. But if you invite 50 people you actually know, suddenly you've got a base. You've got people who comment, who engage, who make your content look alive. And here's what happens. When your content looks alive, Instagram shows it to more people. The algorithm sees engagement and think, oh, people like this, let's push it further. So, swallow their pride. Send a DM, post on your personal Facebook, say, hey, I'm starting something new. Would love your support. Most people will follow. And that breaks the feeling of shutting into the void. Step 3. Start experimenting with reels and carousels. Just post. Get comfortable on camera. Build the habit. You don't need to be perfect. You don't even need to be good yet. You just need to start training your brain to see content everywhere, to think, oh, that's a real idea, that's a carousel topic. Now, here's a shortcut that's going to save you months of trial and error. Follow 70 people in your niche, not competitors necessarily, but people creating content similar to what you want to create. Spend time on their pages. Study what works for them. Look at their top posts. What format are they? What hooks did they use? What topics got the most engagement? Save their best performing posts. Then redo them in your own style, in your own niche. If someone made a reel about 5 things I wish I knew before starting my business, and it got 500,000 views, you make your version. 5 things I wish I knew before starting my fitness journey. Same structure, but your story. This isn't copying. This is about learning what works and adapting it. Every successful creator does this. You're studying the patterns, the formats, the hooks that actually stop people from scrolling. And then you're applying those patterns to your unique message. But the hardest part at this stage isn't actually the strategy, it's the fear. Fear of being judged by people you know. Fear of looking silly on camera. Fear that you don't know what you are talking about or that nobody will care. But here's the truth. Nobody feels natural at first. Nobody picks up the camera and immediately looks like a pro. It takes time. It takes reps. So give yourself permission to be awkward. Give yourself permission to post things that don't perform well. Every single one of those posts is practice. Every single one is teaching you something. Just keep going. Post today, post tomorrow, post the day after that. The fear doesn't disappear because you think your way out of it. It disappears because you prove to yourself over and over that nothing bad happens when you post. You don't lose friends. You don't get laughed at. In fact, most people don't even notice. And the ones who do, a lot of them will respect you for trying. So package your profile, invite your first audience, and start posting. That's how you get to your first 1,000 followers. Okay, now stage 2 is going from 1,000 to 10,000 followers. This is where you double down, keep posting reels and carousels, but start building a real authority. Here's the content mix that works best. Balance personal content that makes you relatable, educational content that solves real problem, and promotional content if you have services or products to sell or if brands are starting to notice you. The best ratio? About 60% educational, 30% personal, 10% promotional. That keeps people engaged without feeling like you are constantly selling. Stage 2 is also when you start testing what I call growth bundles. Instead of just posting a carousel and walking away, you post it, Immediately share it to your stories with a question to spark engagement. Then spend 15 minutes engaging on similar creators' posts. The audience sees your comment, clicks your profile, sees your fresh carousel at the top, and follows you. You are not just creating content. You are actively driving traffic to it. That's what separates fast growth from staying stuck. And here's a big one. Start monetizing early. You don't need 50,000 followers to start making money. Offer a small service. Create a cheap digital product. That's the low-cost workshop on Zoom. The sooner you learn how to earn, the faster your blog turns into a real business. And if you are watching this and thinking, Victoria, I have no idea how to code or design or create a digital product, don't worry. That's exactly why we built the BetterMe Creator Platform. It takes all the tech stuff out of the equation. You can create and sell your courses or ebooks with just a few clicks. Everything done with a simple drag and drop. Your digital product, your own branded tab with your name on it, it's all set up for you. No coding, no designer, and no tech team needed. So you can focus on what you actually do best, creating great content and helping people, while the platform handles everything else. All right, guys, let's move on to the third stage, growing your following from 10,000 followers to 50,000 followers. At this point, organic growth alone can start to feel slow. So this is where I recommend adding in paid growth. Here are a few simple and cheap ways to do it. Take your best performing reel or carousel, put a small ad budget behind it and boost it on Instagram. Even $10 or $20 a day can extend your reach by a lot. At once you start earning, reinvest 20 to 50% of what income back into your growth. This will create a compounding effect. The more you earn, the more you can reinvest, and the faster your business grows. You can also try an influencer collaboration. The key here is choosing someone whose audience overlaps with yours. If you are in fitness, find a nutrition creator. If you are in business coaching, find someone who talks about productivity. That way, their followers are already interested in what you offer. At stage 3, I also recommend expanding your products. Instead of just one offer, try building a ladder. Free lead magnets that attract people and grow your email list. Low-cost offers that convert new followers into paying customers. And premium products for your most committed audience who want deeper support. If you want to see exactly how to create each piece of this, what makes a lead magnet actually convert, how to price your first low-cost offer, how to structure a premium product and even turn it into a subscription, I walk through all of that inside my Start and Scale course. But for now, just know that the ladder is what turns followers into a real business. And the most important reminder, keep doing what got you here. Reels, carousels, and consistency. All right. And last but not least is stage 4. This is where you grow beyond 100,000 followers. And this is where you shift into brand mode. You are still posting organically, but now you are also focused on media development scenes like guest podcast, collaboration with bigger creators, and PR features. Why does this matter? Because at this level, you are not just trying to reach more people on Instagram. You are building credibility outside of Instagram. When someone Googles you, you want them to see you being featured in major publications. That social proof grows your authority and opens doors to partnership, speaking gigs, and opportunities you can't even plan for. The other big shift here is creating a complete product ecosystem. We are talking signature courses, membership clubs, high-ticket offers, maybe even building a team to help you scale, so you are not doing everything yourself anymore. But here's what doesn't change: the basics. You still have to keep posting organic content. You're still collaborating with other creators. You're still testing and improving your ads. Those fundamentals are what build your brand, and they are what will keep it growing. Now, I know that might sound like a lot. And if you are sitting at zero right now thinking, Victoria, I can barely get myself to post one reel, how I'm supposed to think about media features and product ladders? I get it. That's exactly why I built Start and Scale for complete beginners. I won't overwhelm you with scary marketing terms or complicated tech stuff. Instead, I literally give you step-by-step walkthroughs with examples you can follow and apply as you are taking the course. You'll grow as you learn, not after. And if that sounds helpful, links in the description. But for now, let's focus on where everyone starts, the content itself. Let's talk about the two tools that works at every single stage, Reels and Carousels. Okay, so let's start with Reels. Reels are Instagram's biggest growth tools. They are like little billboards that pop on people feeds, even if those people have never heard of you before. That's huge. That's how you go from 0 followers to 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000. But here's the catch. Most people make reels that are too narrow, too boring, or too complicated. And those reels die in the algorithm. So let me show you how to make reels that actually work. Start broad, not narrow. The biggest mistake I see beginners make is going too niche too fast. Let's say you are a yoga teacher. If your reel is titled, "What time of day is best for meditation?" Who's going to watch that? Only people who already meditate. And that's maybe 5% of Instagram. But if your reel is titled, "How I stopped scrolling until 2 a.m. and finally fell asleep in 10 minutes," now you got everyone's attention. Even people who never meditate in their lives can relate to that problem. See the difference? You're not dumbing down your expertise. You just make it accessible. You're meeting people where they are at their problem, not where you want them to be. And this is the secret to growing fast. You make content so broad that even a total beginner can understand it in 3 seconds. Once they are hooked, then you can teach them your method, but you got to get them to stop scrolling first. Pick a topic that spread. Now, not every broad topic goes viral. Some topics just land flat. So what is the difference? What makes some reels explode while others get 200 views and disappear? It usually comes down to the topic itself. Here's the ones that always perform. First, a relationship and love. Breakups, dating, marriage. Everyone's either in a relationship. Dreaming of one or recovering from one. It's universal. Another one that always works, mistakes and failures. People are more motivated to avoid loss than to chase gain. They're afraid of screwing up, wasting money, failing behind everyone else. So when you show them what went wrong for you, you are giving them protection. And here's what's interesting. People relate to mistakes way more than they relate to success, because everyone's failed at something. Success feels distant. Failures feels like looking in a mirror. Parenting is another hugely popular topic. Everyone sees a parent, has a parents, or knows as parents. It's universal. And the best part? You can twist it to fit your niche. You are a stylist. Post about capsule wardrobes for kids or how to help your mom dress for her body type. You are in nutrition. Share healthy lunch ideas for picky eaters. You are in business. Talk about managing board calls while your toddler screams in the background. The topic is endless, and it always connects. There you have got money and success. Stories about making your first $1,000 online, quitting your 9 to 5, buying your first home. This stuff is aspirational. It makes people think, if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. The next topic is everything that has to do with health, weight loss, and beauty. People will always want to look better, feel better, and turn back the clock. It taps into something deeply personal. Everyone's got something they want to fix or improve about themselves. And when you show them how, they stop scrolling. Another topic that gets likes and shared is hacks and shortcuts. People don't want to work harder than they have to. They want results fast. When you show them how to cut a 3-hour task down to 20 minutes, lose weight without giving up carbs, and grow their Instagram in half the time, they feel like they just discovered a secret. And they immediately share it because everyone wants to work smarter, not harder. And finally, celebrities and big brands. The second you drop a name people recognize, Kim Kardashian, Apple, Netflix, you borrow their authority. Even if they are never heard of you, they lean in because the name is familiar. When you combine a broad problem with one of these viral topics, that's when the magic happens. Now, let's talk about hooks. Okay, so you've got your topic. You know it's broad and you know it's relatable. But if your hook sucks, none of that matters. Think of it like the cover of a book. Nobody opens the book if the cover is boring. Same with your reel. If the first frame doesn't grab attention, people swipe away. That's why you need to follow a few simple but very important rules. First, make your hook visual. It should appear at all once on screen, like a photo. Not flying in word by word, not dissolving letter by letter. People's eyes scan instantly. If they can't read in one glance, they won't bother. So keep it on screen for at least 2-3 seconds. That way, even distracted scrollers have time to catch it. Second rule is use numbers. Numbers are like magnets for the brain. 5 mistakes that are killing your reach. 3 foods that have over 400 calories. How I made $10,000 in 30 days. See how specific that feels. That makes your content feel concrete, easy to understand, and achievable. And that makes people want to click. Third, speak to the pain. The best hooks mirror the exact frustration that's already in your viewer's head. Your reels are flopping. Here is why. Eating less but not losing weight. This is the problem. Still broke? Let's fix that. When people see their own problem on the screen, they feel seen. And that makes them stop. Fourth, don't give away the answer in the hook. Tease it. Create curiosity. Instead of saying DM automation helped me grow on Instagram, say, this one since tripled my Instagram reach and nobody talking about it. Now, they have to watch to find out what is it. And fifth, and this one's a little advanced but super effective, use a cliffhanger. Make them feel like they can't live without knowing how it ends. The number one things your reels need to hit 100,000 views. But first, let me show you the 3 mistakes that are killing your reach right now. See what I did there? I promised the answer, but I delayed it. And while they are waiting, they still watching. And that's what Instagram rewards. Now I'm giving you 5 tips here. But honestly, I could give you 100. In fact, I did. Inside Start and Scale Your Online Business, there is a bonus file with over 100 hook templates you can test. Because here's the thing, you don't need to reinvent the wheel every time you make a reel. You just need a library of hooks that work and you plug in your topic. It's like having a cheat sheet. And if you are someone who gets stuck starting a blank screen thinking, I don't know what to say, that file is going to save you hours. The link in the description. All right, let's keep going. So you got your topic, you got your hook. Now you need to pick a format. And the good news is you don't need to overcomplicate this. No professional cameras, no fancy editing software, just your phone and one of these proven formats. First, the simplest one, talking head. That's just you looking at the camera, sharing a tip of a story. It's simple, it's personal, and it's work because it's create a one-on-one feeling. Even though thousands of people might watch it, each person feel like you are talking directly to them. Another format that always performs well is a step-by-step tutorial. Quick, actionable lessons. People can use it right away. 3 ways to fix your Instagram bio. How to batch create content in 1 hour. 5 makeup mistakes that make you look older. People love walking away with something they can actually do. Then you've got the serious format. Break a big topic into episodes. Part 1, how I started my business. Part 2, my first $1,000. People come back for the next part, and that builds momentum. This is what I call the Netflix effect. They need to see what happens next. Stop motion or fast cuts are another great option. This is perfect for showing transformation. Ingredients sliding into place, outfits swapping with a snap, messy notes turning into a clean plan. It's satisfying to watch. That's why it works. Alright, next up is trend adaptation. This is where you take whatever's trending on Instagram right now. Could be an audio, a specific video format, a transition style, whatever people are doing, and you adapt it to your niche. The trend is already getting views. So when you use it, Instagram shows your version to more people too. You are not starting from scratch. You are using something that already working and making it about your topic. And finally, another format that will never die is before and after. People are wired to crave a reveal. So show the contrast. Day 1 versus day 30. Messy desk versus organized desk. The transformation is what triggers curiosity and makes them stop scrolling. And remember, the format doesn't matter as much as the message, but the right format can make the message land so much harder. Script is like a story. Now here's the part that separates okay reels from great ones. The script. You can't just turn on the camera and ramble. Every second has to count. That's why you need structure. And look, there are simple formulas you can use, like the 4 piece or picture, promise, proof, push. Another solid one is hook, problem, solution. There's also before and after bridge, which works incredibly well. I break down all of this in Start and Scale with real examples you can follow. But forget the formulas for a second. The real secrets to creating a great script is to make it sound like a story. Why? Because stories are the only thing people actually finish watching. Think about the last time you stopped scrolling. It wasn't because someone said, here are 5 tips. It was because they said something like, I lost everything in 2020 and here's what I learned. That's a story. and you stayed because you needed to know what happened. Good stories create tension. They make you curious. They make you feel like you are right there with the person. They give you value or insight. And when your reel does that, people watch every second. So don't just share information. Tell a story people can't stop watching. Don't judge your results too early. All right, one last thing before we move on to carousels. A lot of people post 2 or 3 reels, see that they only got 300 views, and think this doesn't work. Instagram hates me. No, that's not what's happening. You're on the training phase. Instagram doesn't know who you are yet. It doesn't know what you talk about. It doesn't know who to show you to. You need to give it data, and that means posting consistently. I'm talking 30 to 40 good reels before you start evaluating whether this is working or not. Because that's how long it takes for the algorithm to understand you. Around the 30 reels mark, it starts clicking, it thinks, oh, okay, she talks about fitness for busy moms. Got it. And then it starts showing you to the right people. Before that, you're just feeding the machine. You're teaching it about yourself and the audience you want to attract. So don't give up after 5 reels. Don't give up after 10. Just keep going. Test different hooks, test different topics, pay attention to what gets more saves, more shares, and more comments. And trust the process. All right, now let's talk about carousels. If reels are your growth engines, carousels are your authority builder. Here's why. Carousels keep people on your post longer. Way longer. Because every swipe is another few seconds of engagement. And engagement is everything to the algorithm. Plus, carousels get saved like crazy. People think, oh, I want to come back to this later. And they hit save. And when Instagram sees that, it thinks this is valuable and it pushes your post to even more people. So carousels don't just perform well in the moment. They keep working for you for weeks, sometimes even months. Why carousels works? And there is actually some psychology behind why people love carousels so much. First, swiping feels easy. It's almost like a game. You tap, you swipe, you see what's next. It's low effort by high reward. Second, carousels break information into bite-sized pieces. Instead of reading one long caption, you are getting one idea per slide. It feels lighter, it feels faster, and it feels more engaging. And third, carousels create a sense of progress. Every swipe feels like you're leveling up. People think, I'm already on slide 5, might as well see how it ends. And that keeps them going. All of this adds up to one big thing, time spent. And time spent is what Instagram rewards more than anything else. What to post in carousel? Now, what should you actually put in a carousel? Here's the formats that consistently work. First, checklist or step-by-step guides. 5 things you need to set up your Instagram bio. 3 steps to plan a week of content in 1 hour. Simple, actionable, easy to follow. Another format that always performs well is mistakes and warnings. 3 things killing your reach. 5 foods you think are healthy but aren't. People are desperate to know what they are doing wrong so they can fix it. Then you got myth busting. Take a common beliefs and flip it. Myth, you need 10,000 followers to make money. Truth, I made my first $5,000 with 800 followers. This format challenges what people think they know, and that stops the scroll. Comparisons work really well too. Instagram versus TikTok, which should you focus on? Good caption versus great caption. People love seeing the different side by side. Personal stories are another powerful option. This is where you get raw and real. Share something vulnerable, something people can see themselves in. This builds connection in a way educational content can. Bold option always get attention as well. Why you don't need to wash your face twice a day. Why stop learning English grammar. When you take a stand that goes against conventional advice, people either love it or want to argue with it. Either way, they engage with your post. Resource carousel are also incredibly valuable. 5 free tools I use to create content. 3 apps that save me 10 hours a week. These get saved like crazy because people want to come back and actually use what you shared. Now, a lot of people freeze up when it comes to designing carousels. They think, but I'm not a designer, I don't know Photoshop, I don't have fancy graphics. Good news, you don't need any of that. Here's what to do, and it works every single time. I choose photos from one series, like 5 photos from the same shoot, the same day, the same vibe. That makes the carousel feels cohesive without any extra effort. Then I put a hook on the first slide, something bold, something clear, something that makes people want to swipe. On the rest of the slides, I just add small ideas or tips. One per slide, short text, easy to read. And if I don't have enough photos, I use the first photo for the hook. And then I just screenshot text from the My Notes app for the other slides. Seriously, that's it. Because here's the thing. Carousels are not about aesthetics. They're about value. They are your teaching tool, your authority tool. Their design just needs to support the message, not compete with it. So if your carousel is readable, if the text is clear, if each slide delivers one useful idea, you are good. You don't need to stress about making it look like a magazine spread. Repost in stories. One more thing. Always repost your carousel to stories. Not everyone sees your feed, but most people check stories every single day. So when you post a carousel, share the first slide or two in your story with a little teaser, then link back to the full post. It's a simple way to double your reach, and it reminds people, hey, I just posted something valuable, go check it out. And if carousel really takes off, if it gets tons of saves and shares, pin it to the top of your profile. Let it keep working for you. Okay, last thing. Meta ads. Look, I've been running ads for 8 years, and in the beginning, I wasted so much money, tested campaigns that flopped, threw budgeted things that went nowhere, made every rookie mistake you can imagine. But over time, I figured out what actually works. And for the past few years, my team and I have been creating and testing over 100 ads a day. So I've seen what converts and what doesn't, over and over again. Now, why do you even need meta ads to grow on Instagram? Organic growth is amazing, but it has a ceiling. At some point, no matter how good your content is, growth slows down. Ads break through that ceiling. They put your best content in front of thousands of people who never heard of you but would love what you do. And when you target them right, you're not just buying followers, you're attracting the exact people who actually engage, buy, and stick around. Now, setting up ads can feel overwhelming. That's a lot of jargon, a lot of buttons, a lot of waste money if you don't know what you are doing. That's why inside Start and Scale, I break it all down step by step. I show you exactly what to click, what to write, what to avoid. Screen recordings, real examples, the whole thing. You just follow along and do what I do. And because I don't want to leave you hanging, I'm including a bonus PDF in the description below. It walks you through how to set up your first ad. So even if you are not ready for the full course yet, you can still get started. The link to the bonus PDF and the full Start and Scale course are both in the description below. I really hope to see you inside. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are walking away from this with a clear plan. Now, go build your brand.